She's the grande dame of stage and screen, a legend with decades of unforgettable performances. And at 90 years old, Judi Dench is still captivating the world with her elegance, wit, and unmistakable presence. But behind the awards, standing ovations and iconic roles, lies a life of quiet luxury, personal strength, and surprising indulgences. With a net worth of $45 million, Dame Judi lives in a charming countryside estate, enjoys a refined yet unpretentious lifestyle, and surrounds herself with the comforts of a life well-earned. From her cozy yet elegant homes to a collection of classic cars you might not expect, Judi Dench's world is filled with grace, charm, and more than a few fascinating secrets. Ready to step into the extraordinary life of one of Britain's most beloved stars? Let's take a closer look. Judi Dench was born on December 9, 1934, in Heworth, near York. Her father, a doctor, and her Irish mother, a theatre enthusiast, filled their home with art and visiting actors. Raised a Quaker, Dench attended a Quaker school where values of simplicity and compassion shaped her early worldview. But soon, her quiet roots gave way to the stage's roar. She trained at London's Central School of Speech and Drama, then housed at the Royal Albert Hall, and in 1957 made her professional debut as Ophelia with the Old Vic Company. Her performance transferred to London, marking a striking arrival in the West End. By 1961, she joined the Royal Shakespeare Company, launching a formidable stage career. On screen, her breakout came in 1966 with Talking to a Stranger, earning her a BAFTA. 2 years later, she wowed as Sally Bowles in London's original Cabaret, showing her remarkable range. Returning to classical drama, she starred in The Duchess of Malfi, Much Ado About Nothing, and A Searing Macbeth in 1976. Balancing stage and screen, she delivered acclaimed TV work too, including a BAFTA-nominated role in On Giants' Shoulders. Dench wasn't just rising, she was redefining the craft. Judi Dench didn't merely enter the world of cinema. She arrived with quiet force and unshakable gravitas, redefining screen authority along the way. Nowhere was that transformation more visible than in her portrayal of M in the James Bond franchise. Taking over from Robert Brown in 1995's GoldenEye, Dench made history as the first woman to play Bond's steely superior. But more than breaking gender norms, she reimagined the role itself, bringing empathy, nuance, and iron resolve to a character once defined by detached masculinity. Across 7 films, including Skyfall, where her emotional farewell became a franchise high point, Dench's M became as iconic as Bond himself. In 1998, she delivered another career-defining turn as Queen Elizabeth I in Shakespeare in Love. With less than 8 minutes of screen time, Dench left an indelible mark, earning both an Oscar and a BAFTA for Best Supporting Actress. That same year, she won a Tony for Amy's View, cementing her status not just as an actress, but a cultural monument. Tragedy struck in 2001 when her husband, actor Michael Williams, passed away. Dench turned to work as solace, heading to Nova Scotia to film The Shipping News and completing Iris, where her searing portrayal earned another Oscar nomination, her 4th in 5 years. Grief shadowed her, but her artistry never faltered. She transitioned effortlessly from the period charm of The Importance of Being Earnest to the sharp social tension of Pride and Prejudice, where, in just 1 week of filming, she stole every scene. In Notes on a Scandal, opposite Cate Blanchett, Dench played a manipulative schoolteacher with chilling mastery, earning widespread acclaim. Not every film soared. 9 struggled despite a star-studded cast and Oscar buzz. Yet Dench remained a magnetic force. In 2011, she impressed in Jane Eyre, My Week with Marilyn, and J. Edgar. Then, in The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, she reunited with director John Madden. The film became a surprise hit and earned her another Golden Globe nod. Later that year, Skyfall shattered UK box office records, and Dench's farewell to M was lauded as one of her finest performances. In 2013, she hit another peak with Philomena, earning her 7th Oscar nomination. The film's quiet, emotional power was classic Dench, sorrowful, witty, and resilient. She reprised her role in The Second Best Exotic Marigold Hotel and stepped into fantasy with Tim Burton's Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, which grossed nearly $300 million worldwide. Dench returned to royalty in Victoria and Abdul, again channeling Queen Victoria with grace and grit, earning her 12th Golden Globe nomination. That same year, she joined the ensemble cast of Murder on the Orient Express, adding old-world polish to the Christie classic. She stumbled in 2018's Red Joan, but critics still praised her presence. Ever curious, she pivoted to nature programming with Judi Dench's Wild Borneo Adventure, bringing warmth and wonder to environmental advocacy. But not all risks paid off. Cats became a widely panned spectacle, and Artemis Fowl fared little better. Still, Dench stayed dignified through the backlash. That same year, she appeared in the Ribidabuk drama 6 Minutes to Midnight and the comic ghost story Blithe Spirit, continuing to explore and experiment. Through triumphs and stumbles, Dench remains a singular force. Her career resists categorization, spanning genres, decades, and mediums. Whether a monarch, a spy master, a school teacher, or simply herself trekking through Borneo, Judi Dench brings a presence that commands attention. While the allure of Hollywood has lured many across the Atlantic, Dame Judi Dench has always found her truest comfort closer to home. Deep in the storybook countryside of East Surrey, where tradition, tranquility, and timeless charm live hand in hand. Rather than the flashbulbs and frenzy of Los Angeles, she chose the quiet elegance of an ancient farmhouse in the quaint village of Outwood, a home that whispers history and holds decades of love and memory within its weathered beams. It was in the early 1970s that Judi and her beloved husband, actor Michael Williams, discovered this gem, a farmhouse that dates back to 1470. With its rich oak timbers and centuries-old character, the house instantly became more than a dwelling. It was a sanctuary, a love nest, and the foundation for a life well lived. Through the years, the two shared countless warm, personal moments under its rustic roof, until Michael's passing in 2001. Yet Judi remained, held by the deep-rooted connection to both the home and the village it rests in. For her, this was never just a house. It was where her heart resided. Spanning approximately 7,000 square feet, the home seamlessly blends medieval soul with modern ease. The L-shaped living room is drenched in natural light, thanks to wide French windows that stretch along 2 walls and open onto a sunny, south-facing terrace. Whether reading a script or sharing tea with friends, it's a space that invites pause and presence. Just steps away, the dining room reveals tall, shuttered windows that frame the landscape like a watercolor, opening to the outdoors and setting the perfect stage for elegant dinners or simple Sunday lunches. The kitchen, warm and unfussy, is anchored by a breakfast island where morning conversations unfold. French windows spill sunlight into the room and lead to a courtyard touched by the golden glow of early light. Another door connects to the terrace, a perfect spot for alfresco meals beneath the wisteria or quiet afternoons surrounded by bird song. Character fills every corner. A cozy living space with built-in bookshelves and an open fireplace offers a gentle invitation to linger. From here, the home flows into a family and games room, a relaxed area for laughs, board games, and cherished visits from grandchildren. Practicality hasn't been forgotten either, with a large laundry room that fits comfortably into the home's effortless grace. Upstairs, the sense of sanctuary continues. 4 beautifully appointed double bedrooms offer privacy and peace, each designed with a mindful blend of elegance and simplicity. The master suite is the crown jewel, calm and spacious, with sweeping views over the garden. It includes built-in wardrobes and an indulgent ensuite bathroom complete with a freestanding tub, double sinks, and a separate shower. Luxury wrapped in understatement. Even higher up, the second floor holds an additional double-bedroom suite, ready for visiting family, close friends, or anyone lucky enough to be welcomed into Dame Judi's inner circle. Outside, the gardens are a portrait of English countryside, perfection. A sweeping lawn is hemmed by bursts of flowering borders, mature shrubs, and climbing plants. It's a setting that seems to breathe with the rhythm of the seasons, vibrant in spring, golden in autumn, always alive. A sophisticated irrigation system, fed by a borehole, ensures the greenery remains lush through every dry spell and summer heat wave. Dame Judi Dench, revered for her commanding presence on stage and screen, also carries a quiet passion for something with just as much performance and style as her acting: cars. This love for refined engineering and powerful elegance is woven through her cinematic legacy, most iconically in her role as M in the James Bond franchise. Perhaps no moment embodies this more than the unforgettable scene in Skyfall, 2012, where she sits beside Daniel Craig's Bond, rolling through the misty Scottish Highlands in none other than the legendary Aston Martin DB5. That car, an Aston Martin DB5, is more than just a prop. It's a moving piece of history. First introduced in 1963, the DB5 instantly became a symbol of British cool. Its design is all sleek lines and understated aggression, paired with a 4.0-liter inline-six engine pushing out 282 horsepower. At a time when the world was only just starting to think fast, the DB5 could already hit a top speed of 145 mph. But its power is only half the story. The interior is a sanctuary of 1960s elegance. Hand-stitched leather, polished wood trim, and a dash full of charming analog gauges. It's not just a car, it's the automotive version of a well-cut Savile Row suit. On the other end of the Aston Martin spectrum lies the Vanquish, a thunderbolt of modern engineering that reflects how far the marque has come. Powered by a ferocious 6.0-liter V12 engine that generates up to 595 horsepower, the Vanquish is everything the DB5 isn't. Blisteringly fast, tech-laden, and unapologetically bold. It can leap from 0 to 60 mph in just over 3 seconds, a feat that turns highways into playgrounds. Yet despite its power, the Vanquish still whispers luxury. The cockpit is lined with sumptuous leather, carbon fiber trim, and a host of refined touches, from heated seats to a cutting-edge infotainment system. It's part rocket, part royal drawing room. Equally refined, but with a different personality, is the Jaguar XJL, a long-wheelbase sedan that speaks to the executive soul. Its engine choices range from a capable turbocharged V6 to a formidable 575 horsepower supercharged V8. But what sets the XJL apart isn't just its performance, it's the way it cocoons you. The cabin is a haven of wood veneers, plush leather, and soft lighting. It's a car meant not only to be driven, but to be experienced, especially from the back seat. Think of it as a five-star lounge on wheels, with features like a panoramic sunroof, rear seat entertainment, and massage-capable seating. Now, for those who prefer their luxury with a touch more practicality, the Audi Q5 offers an entirely different flavor. Compact and confident, the Q5 might not roar like a Vanquish or glide like a Jag, but it's built for the real world, with class. It offers a choice of turbocharged engines, including a hybrid variant that punches out up to 362 horsepower, all while delivering fuel efficiency and everyday usability. Inside, the Q5 is all clean lines and thoughtful design. Leather, soft touch surfaces, and brushed aluminum wrap around Audi's signature virtual cockpit display. With driver assistance, tech, and a whisper-quiet cabin, it turns even a morning commute into a comfortable cruise. Judi Dench's dedication to storytelling doesn't end when the curtain falls or the camera cuts. Beyond the spotlight, she has poured her heart into causes that speak to the soul: arts, education, wildlife, and the well-being of others, infusing her public stature with profound personal purpose. As patron and president of the Alumni Foundation at Drama Studio London, Dench continues to support emerging talent with the same tenacity she once brought to Shakespearean soliloquies. She lends more than just her name. She lends belief, offering the next generation of performers a connection to a living legend who's still very much invested in the craft. Her commitment to theater extends to her presidency of Mountview Academy of Theater Arts, a role she took on in 2006, stepping into the shoes of another titan of the stage, Sir John Mills. And at Questers Theatre in Ealing, where she has been president since 1985, the main performance space proudly bears her name, the Judi Dench Playhouse, the only theater to do so, a rare and enduring tribute to her cultural impact. But Dench's love of performance exists alongside a deep reverence for life, particularly the natural world. She is a vice president of Fauna and Flora International, a global conservation NGO dedicated to protecting endangered species and ecosystems. With grace and gusto, she's participated several times in Sketch for Survival, a unique wildlife art fundraiser from Explorers Against Extinction, where artists and celebrities are challenged to sketch animals in just 26 minutes. The artwork, often raw and expressive, is auctioned off to support urgent conservation work. That Dench finds time for this, alongside a staggering list of other efforts, says everything about her priorities. In fact, a biography by John Miller notes that by the late 1990s, she was already patron to over 180 charities. Whether tied to the theater or to medicine, such as York Against Cancer, her support is expansive, yet focused. She is patron of the Leaveners, a Quaker-based arts organization, and the Archway Theatre in Surrey. She also backs the relationship research charity 1+1, reflecting her interest in the emotional threads that connect people, both on and off stage. Dench's advocacy also extends to accessibility and inclusion. She served as patron of Ovingdean Hall School in Brighton, a place dedicated to educating the deaf and hard of hearing, until it closed in 2010. Her commitment didn't waver. She remains a vice president of the Little Foundation and is a long-standing advocate for Revitalize, a national charity that provides respite holidays for disabled people and carers, offering joy and relief where it's needed most. Judi Dench has spent a lifetime transforming stages and screens into places of wonder. But behind the curtain, her real story is just as compelling. Anchored in the quiet village of Outwood, Surrey, Dench has long made her home away from the rush of celebrity. It's where she finds stillness, and perhaps where the values instilled during her Quaker school years find their fullest expression. "I think it informs everything I do," she reflected in a 2013 interview about her faith. "I couldn't be without it." That steady, rooted presence, spiritual, thoughtful, unpretentious, is part of what makes her not just a great actress, but a truly rare person. But Dench is no stranger to passion either. A lifelong supporter of Everton Football Club, she's not merely a fan in the stands. Since 2012, she's been an honorary patron of the club's charity foundation. Whether it's football, the arts, or wildlife, Dench doesn't just dabble, she commits. Her personal life, too, has played out with a kind of quiet drama. She married actor Michael Williams in 1971, and their relationship endured 3 decades of life and work together until his death from lung cancer in 2001. Their only child, Finty Williams, born in 1972, followed her mother into acting, and, through Finty, Dench is now a grandmother, a role she embraces with the same devotion that marks everything she touches. When she lost her husband, Dench believed love had left the stage for good. But in 2010, something unexpected happened. She met conservationist David Mills, founder of the British Wildlife Centre, when she was invited to open a squirrel enclosure. What began as a simple ribbon cutting slowly evolved into something deeper. By 2014, she was speaking candidly about it. "I wasn't even prepared to be ready for it. It was very, very gradual and grown up. It's just wonderful." In Mills, Dench found companionship again, not a replacement, but a new chapter, surprising and rich. Always outspoken and honest, Dench has taken aim at ageism in the entertainment industry with her trademark mix of dignity and fire. "Age is a number," she declared in 2014. "It drives me absolutely spare when people say, 'Are you going to retire?'" She has long resisted being boxed in by societal expectations. Learning lines, walking on stage, delivering truth through a character's eyes, these weren't things she gave up lightly, nor should she have. She insisted on trying, on doing, rather than being told she couldn't. Yet time, that inescapable co-star, has had its say. In 2012, Dench revealed she had been diagnosed with macular degeneration, a condition that blurred her vision and required her to have scripts read aloud. In 2013, she underwent knee surgery, facing it with the same resilience she's brought to countless characters. But by 2024, her eyesight had deteriorated further, and she quietly stepped back from acting. Not with fanfare or farewell tours, just a gentle fade into privacy. A curtain closed by necessity, not by choice. Still, Dench's spirit remains irrepressible. On New Year's Eve 2022, she found herself at the Fife Arms in Braemar, sharing a hotel with singer Charlene Spiteri. Before long, the two were belting out ABBA's Waterloo in an impromptu, joy-filled moment that captured everything people love about Judi Dench. Unfiltered, ageless, gloriously human. For all her accolades and iconic roles, perhaps her greatest achievement lies in the seamless way she has lived her life. Anchored in principle, lit by unexpected joys, shaped by enduring love and purpose. Hers is not just a career, it's a story of how to grow older without ever growing small.